I pulled my hair out, but I'm starting to get a headache. So maybe, Sagittarius, Aries time is all about the head. So maybe, that's definitely a pre-message for you. It was fine until I pressed record and it was like, oh, suddenly I got like real tight in the back of my head. Aries has a lot to do with the head. Not only the head, but the mind. So perhaps we're like out of our minds at this time, Sag. Out of our mind. Welcome everyone. ClairV, in case you're new, welcome back if you're returning. Here, I always say these messages are timeless. So whenever you find them, you're meant to hear them and use your intuition as well when deciphering these messages. Today it's going to be 78 here. I'm like, what the heck is... So I can't wait to wear less clothes. It's still a little chilly, but I made these cards real quick before your reading. And the one that was left in my hand after I shoveled them was this coffee cup, or it's boiling over. So what do we say? What do we say in the beginning of your message about the head out of your mind? So perhaps your mind is on overflow. It's overflowing. You could be also overflowing with joy. The card that came out as your theme matched with that perfectly. Luxury. You see these 4 cups overflowing. The 4 of Cups normally is like an offering. Somebody's offering you something, and it's like you're either focused on something else, but this is luxury. This is like an abundance, an overflowing. It's like an overflowing with joy, like you're bubbling with joy. Perhaps your mind is overflowing with thought that creates this overflowing of emotion with your body. So it's like a mind-body connection or disconnection. This definitely is spiritual, because on the top row we have the Hierophant here. Now, all the other cards on the top row were face down like this. And all the other ones on the bottom row, with the beginning card being the Sun, are all upright. We have Science in reverse, which tells me you gotta have faith. You have the Magician in reverse, which is another major, along with the Wheel of Fortune, another major, and the Queen of Cups in reverse. So the Queen of Cups. Okay, let's speak a little bit about the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups upright is a very loving, kind, caring, compassionate, helpful individual. Usually a woman. It can be a feminine side of a man. But when Queen of Cups is in reverse, she got knocked off her throne, and it's like she's not in control of her emotions. So perhaps this bubbling is like your temper or your emotions, how you're overflowing with emotions. This cup is overflowing with substance, and this queen is off her throne, so all of this is like a mix-up. Now these cards are going to tell us why we have Mercury in Aquarius in reverse. So this is like public speaking. So for perhaps there's this fear with public speaking. You have this action and then this the tools or the will to do so. So it's like you know how to do it. You know how to do it, and you know how to do it right. Okay, because we have this sun. The sun is action and truth. Action and truth, and this is the know-how and your feelings attached with, and this is your card, right? I see you like fire, you know, Sag. This is all action. With the Six of Swords in reverse here, with the cross, like your faith is gone. So perhaps with this overflowing, it's here's a cup 2 overflowing, and these are all overflowing. Now when without faith, your works are like nothing. Or what's that? There's like even like a Bible verse, like without faith, like your works are nothing. So this is like, you know how to do it, and perhaps it is speaking about this public speaking, or this communication or something in public. Perhaps it is you speaking to yourself, like negative self-talk. But this could be too about the spirit, or about faith. Now the Magician in reverse, this is telling me that you lack the will or like the ghana to do something. But your luck will change. This is like this wheel, right? Even if you are on the bottom, which you're not, because the Wheel of Fortune is upright, it's like your luck is changing. And once you start the wheel, like say this does have to do about public speaking, right? Instead of just getting up in front of a whole group at first, try just breaking the ice with one person to get like the wheel in motion. And once you start getting the wheel in motion, it's like it just starts rolling by itself. Perhaps this has something to do with it, and speaking about your emotions. And if we're not speaking about these emotions, we are feeling them, Sag. We are feeling these emotions and going within. And if we're not talking to somebody else and getting some kind of professional help with these overflowing, this abundance of emotion, then perhaps we should. If we're not going to get some outside help, then we definitely should go to God directly. We are going to turn over these 4 cards to see what, how not only they go with the cards underneath them, but how they intertwine with this Hierophant, this major. I don't know what I did. I'm using my computer. Okay, sorry guys. Alright, so right above the Magician in reverse, which is the lack of the will. Your will is lacking. So this lack of will is right below the disappointment. Now, perhaps that is why we don't have the will to do this thing, this public speaking perhaps. Or if it's not public speaking, this could be something to do with like a group of people, a community, like a church, or this could be another type of group. This could be some kind of thought, or going backwards. The Six of Swords is usually leaving murky waters and like you're in the clear, but the Six of Swords in reverse is like there's holes in your boat. Maybe somebody in your boat is not for you, so perhaps you do have to check the group that you're with, or this group that you surround yourself with, because right next to the Hierophant we have the Hermit in reverse, and this Hermit in reverse is right above the Sign. So this is definitely a lack of spiritual control, or perhaps the lack of wisdom. You know what to do, but it's like you're choosing to do other. There's like this hand like reaching. So perhaps there's this outside influence that has their hand in it, or there's some kind of battle between good and evil, or your subconscious and your conscious. And I see like these sperm. Now, right away, I thought of like a group of sperm. Now, this interests me that what I see is like a whole bunch of sperm rushing. Now, in this process of when these sperm fertilize the egg, there's like thousands of sperm. Now, it reminds me of this community because, you know, this little spermie is right above this Mercury in Aquarius. And it's Mercury retrograde. So this is like a do-over or a conversation. It's nothing new. You know what I mean? This is something from before. Or perhaps if it's not something from before, it's we're doing something over. Now, what I was saying about these sperm, y'all know the race with the sperm. There's thousands of sperm that release during this baby making process. All these sperm come out, and it's like a race to get to the egg first. Now, the strongest, mightiest sperm wins. Now, sperm only live at 2 degrees below the body temperature. That's why truck drivers and people who have men who wear like tight boxers and have like real hot things underneath their butts that ride motorcycle, and you know, who have the temperature below 2 degrees when it comes to right where their nutsack is. I don't know why this is important, but somebody needs to hear. All these spermies, the strongest, the one with the most will and the most faith wins. And that's the sperm that sticks to the egg, and then this is like a birth. And right after that, this is Mars in Scorpio, which is like a fiery rebirth. So it's like doing it over, but coming out more fiery, like coming out with more action. And right after that, speaking of action, we have the Prince of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So these are both steps before the King and Queen, the most high of the court cards here. Now, the Princess of Wands is learning about it. So perhaps we are relearning or learning how to do it over again. This could be a person, this could be somebody in your life, perhaps somebody who's like grabbing you by the tail and like helping you along the way. And the Knight of Wands is like taking what you learn from here and actually running away with it, like actually using what you learn. This is also being noble, standing brave, being brave in your speech, and this is like all action. Like, we're not talking about it, Sag. We are just like going off and there's no talking about it. Like, we're just gonna do it. And this is what this is saying here. Perhaps we are a little bit froggy, or this disappointment, this new birth, that birthing process, when this sperm is reaching there, he is going through so much work. So by the time he gets there, he's like so tired. So perhaps we are like out of energy or really tired around this time. Maybe this over bubbling abundance of tea or coffee or love may help, like to start your day off with like a warm substance or something of the sort. Now this is the moon in Cancer, so perhaps I see like a real hard shell but like soft on the inside. Like, I hear it's okay to let someone know that you're hurt, or it's okay to let someone know how you feel versus letting it boil over and then like exploding. So perhaps that's what we have to have the will and the faith and this faith to do, is to be brave in our speech and to let people know how, or somebody needs to let somebody know what the combo between this action and this feeling, or these feelings and these actions. Alright, Sag, there we have it. I hope this helped you in some way. I learned that about this sperm. What was his name? Dick Gregory. He was this old comedian, and he did it, like, he was all into, I think he even ran for president at one time. I think he was like the first black man to run for president. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll do the research. But he was a comedian who was very into politics. He was a helper, a very good, like a manager, companion of Michael Jackson. He is a very, very intelligent man who gave up a lot of time and money into researching about the sperm, researching about breast milk. He paid this man to do these research on breast milk, and yeah, that's how he found out that when you're feeding the baby off of this side naturally leaks. Now the baby can't eat off of this side at the same time. And I would like try to catch that, like, oh, I'm losing it. But your body knows that the baby, after eating off of this one's going to be full. So the baby's going to be eating off of this one next. So when this one is leaking, it is leaking all of the toxins that your body, whether it's in the toxins are in your food, in the air, if you smoke, whatever the case may be, these toxins are released when the baby's eating this one. So by the time the baby goes to eat on this boob, all the toxins are clear, and this is fresh milk for the baby. He learned Dick Gregory dedicated his money and his time to do this research and found out all these things about breast milk and sperm. And that's why they want you to wear like whitey tighties and stuff. It's like population control. Alright, I don't know what that has to do with what, but there's some phenomenal information for you. Thank you so very much for joining me. I love y'all. I would not be able to do it without you. If you have yet to subscribe, you better hit that subscribe button. And yeah, stay tuned for more. Love ya.